Hey everyone, this is Nerdy Tech Accountant, and I'm going to be doing hopefully a quick video on this Viz Originals Devil's Candy. Viz is a manga publisher that does a lot of Shonen Jump. And this is a little bit different from what they normally do. This is actually not a manga from Japan. It's a webcomic from the US. I did not know that when I bought this. I went into this blind. I only saw the cover and I thought, you know what? I'll take a chance without even looking at the price or anything like that. Not the brightest idea. And I just thought it's another manga. Well, now I know it's not. So overall, what do I think about it? The art style is really good. The premise is that a vampire boy named Kazu does a Frankenstein girl who he names Pandora. Here's Kazu and here's Pandora. If you're used to this, yes, he does look very girlish. But not the most girlish man I've seen in manga. And I didn't know anything about it when I started. It was like, oh, okay, here we go. But by the first chapter, I kind of knew something was off. It was the dialogue that gave it away. The premise is that there's this world of monsters. I guess it's just like our own, exactly, I guess, except for that there are monsters and they're going to high school. And he's going to try to teach Pandora, who has no memories of anything. And he brought her back from the dead from different parts. Again, as I said, the art style is very good. I do actually like it. It's just that there are things, here and there. On the webcomic, this would be in color. The webcomic's mostly in black and white, but it's just the chapter 1's beginnings are in color. There are only 3 chapters in here, plus a bonus chapter that's only 9 pages. It's a total of over 200 pages, including the additional notes at the end of each chapter that helps explain stuff in the chapter. And each chapter is about 65-ish pages long. A normal manga, let's go with one from Viz, is close to 200, but always a little bit less. This one is 190 pages. And it's only $10. Devil's Candy, on the other hand, is $17. So, if you're wondering, it's in black and white to be cheaper. If they added color, it'd be too expensive. Dorohedoro has a few pages, 4 pages exact to be in color in volume 1. And it's only $12.99. I'm just simply thinking that would not be a good excuse. Oh, beyond that, the dialogue in the book is kind of outdated. Well, this started in 2014, and they do about a page every 3 to 4 days-ish. The last update was 4 days ago, and it was a 4-panel, little joke chapter. And that was done on July 19th. And right now there's only 12 chapters in total for this book. Well, for this title, on the webcomic. So if you go online and look up Devil's Candy, you can read them for free. I think the biggest problem I have is the pricing. I didn't realize what the pricing was until after I bought it. Oh yes, the dialogue. Sorry about that. I'm kind of going all over the place. There's a line here that says, "Is this what they call the male gaze?" I don't get it. I guess he's saying, oh, all the other, science projects to bring things back to life are all girls. Why don't they have any clothes? And most of them are just bandage wrapped. Some of them do have clothes on. You'll learn later that they were just all hastily made if people agreed to give up some of their organs and stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute. They're making it last minute and buying their projects with organs. That's kind of weird. So there's some tunnel problems here and there. But I guess it's one of those things don't think too much about here and there. And another problem is within the third chapter. That was off the hook, yo. Word. And another problem was that there was this boy, I guess pretty boy, who's like, oh, I'm popular with the girls, haha, insulting people, and then like, oh, the queen girl of like the beauty club told him to thrust his hip, and he's like, he's doing anything, are you watching or you're watching? It's really weird. I don't get it. That makes no sense to me. Same thing with, I say with the dialogue. That other dialogue where he said, word, cool, yo. It feels like Steeple Shimmy with the skateboard saying, how you do, fellow kids? It really feels like that. And I think that's the biggest problem with it early on. I haven't read the rest of the chapter, so I cannot comment on that. I've only read what was in this book. But I think another problem is the pricing. Again, I said that a normal manga is $10 from Viz. A 3-in-1, again, will be one piece here. It's 3 volumes, 600 pages, is only $15, $14.99. Rama 2-in-1. It's 2 volumes, 360 something pages. Again, $15.99. This being only 200 is worth more than both of these each. Well, I guess when you compare it to other comic books, example would be like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is $20. And it is under 200 pages. It's only, I think, 4 or 5 issues of the comic book. So, I guess for that, it's a lot cheaper. And I guess if these were to publish individually, like how old manga used to be in comic book format, those would probably be maybe $8 each issue or each chapter. So, probably be $24. So this is technically cheaper than doing it in that format. There are other comics that are inspired by manga that I do read. Right now I'm currently reading Gold Digger by Fred Perry. This is the remastered, where it's the original miniseries and the black and white series now being done in color. I also have Gold Brick number 10. And also getting them in comic book format. And that's how they come. They only do those and closer to the manga format in trades. And I'm not opposed to webcomics being printed. There are multiple webcomics that are now being printed. My Senpai is Annoying and Tomo-chan is a gal. Is a girl, sorry. These are both web manga that are now getting published here in the US. This one is only $13, and each page is a chapter because they did one every day. This one is $15, but it's in color. Not as many pages, but it's all in color. So that affects the prices. I just think the biggest problem with this is the pricing. You get what is the size of a Viz signature manga, but you pay more for it. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the series. I'm guessing maybe I'll buy volume 2 when it comes out, I guess. Or I'll just read it. You know, the webcomic. If you haven't bought this yet and you don't know if you want to continue reading this or even read it at all, I say go to the webcomic. It's just Devil's Candy and you'll find it there. Look up webcomic with it and it'll pop up. It might be pricing itself out from the manga fans, because it's only 10 pages or so more than this, so you're not getting that much more, but you're paying almost double the price. It'd be different was like, you know, a hard cover like how JoJo is for $20, but that's my biggest issue. What I consider this Amerimanga, though. I know that I've heard that term from Neon from Clownfish TV. I looked it up. That is one way of saying comics inspired by manga. Calling something Amerimanga seems to me to be a very more negative way of saying manga inspired. But I don't know too much about, you know, Amerimangas other than Gold Digger, and I know some Tokyo Pop did, but I never read those. But I know there's a few around. I know Empowered might be considered one, yeah. That is by Adam Warren. That is considered manga inspired, I know that. But if I'm thinking of convincing you whether to buy or not, I'd say read the webcomic first before buying this. Because I recommend that first, because if you like the series, then you've already caught up with everything, and then go out and buy it as a way of saying, hey, I want more of this. If you don't like the series, you didn't spend money on it. You didn't spend money on something you wouldn't like, just to then find out you would have liked it when you could have bought something you did like. So it's a mixed bag for me. I do not know if I'll probably read the webcomic, I guess, online. I just don't like reading online stuff. I prefer, you know, physical in my hand. That's why I don't buy digital comics or digital manga. I just prefer holding the paper in my hands. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you read the complete story so far, did you like it? What are your thoughts on Viz and calling this a Viz original when they never even created the idea of this? It was just started by someone else and they just got the license. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Guess it's going to go a little bit longer. Sorry about that. They call this a Viz Original. Let me show you on the side. See, Viz Originals. But they didn't commission this. They didn't they weren't in the creative input whatsoever. This was made starting in 2014. And that's as far as I know of. And it's still going on to this day as a webcomic. I don't know if they bought the license just to print this, or they now own the complete rights to it, and they just allowed them to finish up the most recent chapter, and then it'll only be print only. I don't know what they're planning on doing with this, but I do hope that the creators do have input. It's just they're only having a license deal with Viz, so it'll be a webcomic first, then get printed. But we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.